Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your energy reading for the 24th of April 2017. Thank you for your fantastic input on last week's reading. I think you guys were the most viewed and the most liked. This week we're just going to do a 7-card spread and look at how we're settling into the Taurian energy now. What we're setting down for long-term commitments, and pulling on one scenario that may have our attention this week. Okay, so the first card that's come out of the block is the 5 of Wands. Now the 5 of Wands can talk about friendly competition. It can talk about challenges, tests, exams. So have we been through a test lately? Have we been through a challenge lately? Of an emotional nature, because we've got the 7 of Cups at the side here. Have we been given a challenge to choose a cup and to choose a path forward, emotional path forward? Now next to that is the 3 of Swords, which talks of heartache. It talks of three-way situations. It talks of breakups of partnerships, be it business partnerships or romantic partnerships. It talks of breakup of marriages. So, have we been passionate about something in the past? We made the choice to follow what we thought that passion would fulfill. And it brought us to a place of hurt and something not working out. Are we focused on that this week? Are we going through that this week? Are we looking at challenges ahead of us, knowing that a situation isn't right and it's not going to work? And the cup that we chose didn't fulfill our needs. It didn't bring us what we expected in return. The 5 does talk of a loss and feeling like we've lost something. There could be a little loss with this card. Our passions, our desires may have been dented a little bit in the past by a situation. A choice that didn't fulfill our needs and brought us to heartache. That is followed by a brand new start in the materialistic realm. So it could be a move of house, it could be a new job. Something new, something tangible, a new resource, something that we can add to our arsenal of attributes that we put out in the world, that we're known for. It's a new beginning of something for the long term, not a flight of fancy, something for the long term. Maybe coming from this heartache, this is what we want now. Something that's really solid, really secure, to move forward with. It's sat next to the Knave of Pentacles. Now the Knave of Pentacles, he talks of finances, work. I do believe It brings good news about finances and work and education. So if there has been a test, have we sat an exam and we're getting good results from that exam? It doesn't just stand for money alone. It could be a relationship, that's something tangible that's around us. It could be a family relationship, an emotional connection to a family relationship. But it does talk about job offers, communication, an element of luck and optimism. So are we optimistic about a new start in some area of our life this week? We've laid to rest old heartaches. Again, the universal energies that are surrounding us this week are very much about pulling up old wounds, being able to look at them and lay them to rest and put them down, not carry them burdens forward. Well, straight away we have emotional choices, competitions or tests, something being tested in some way, and affairs of the heart or hurt. So are the emotional energies and the universal energies this week bringing these three things to the forefront for us to look at and finally lay to rest, to move on to a new start in the grounded earthy energy of Taurus now, to make the steady progress forward in material, our own material situation, security and stability. Right next to the Knave of Pentacles we have the Star, and the Star talks about wishes coming true. So maybe we did have a wish right up here at the beginning before we started making choices and putting ourselves in situations of heartache. Maybe we did have a wish. And by laying these things to rest, moving past these energies, accepting what was, what is, and what will be, we get a new outlook, we get a new opportunity. This could be an opportunity offered to us by somebody else. There could be somebody else coming in to offer us some kind of a start together. It could be the Knave of Pentacles, but the Knave of Pentacles could be yourself, Capricorn. Just wanting to make the sure steps forward in improving materialistic, the materialistic environment around us. And the Star comes in to say wishes are going to be fulfilled. If we have enough faith in ourselves to move forward and believe in ourselves. You know, there's one thing to be said about you Pentacles. When you put your mind to it, you're quite willing to put in the hard work to get to where you need to get. This is a card of having patience. If we're going to put our foot down on the next step forward, we've planned it, we've found firm foundation to set our weight on. The Star talks about healing. Again, there's a lot of healing energy available to us this week, universally. So if these emotional situations of hurt from the past, the tests that we went through, the challenges we went through are brought up, know that the planetary alignments this week are fantastic. to move you through this energy and work through this energy. The star to me also, it does talk to an Aquarian, but it also says to me, you know, this is the card that says, okay, we may have made choices in the past and they weren't great choices, they led to our hearts being broken. But that doesn't mean we can't love again. That doesn't mean we can't feel again. That doesn't mean we can't be passionate again. If we're logical in our thoughts, and that's the only swords card we've got, the Three of Swords, which talks of old pain. If this is a scenario of coming into this week that someone's passions have got the better of them, they've chose something else, and you're realising you're a third party in a situation, we already suspected this. We already knew this wasn't right. But the star talks about, no matter how much you pours this ewer of water out onto the arid, dry land, it soaks up every inch. We can give, and we're still sort of fighting a losing battle to change this arid, dry landscape that we're pouring into, to nourish the ground enough. That's what I was looking for. This card says that never runs dry. If we believe in ourselves enough, you know, have faith in ourselves enough, and faith in the universe, we will get what we deserve. Wishes will be fulfilled, but we are abundantly full of love. If we put down thoughts of past hurt and move out of that energy, we come back to having as much love today to offer as the day we did before we ever first fell in love and gave that love away. And it's all sat above the Ace of Cups, which is a new emotional start. It's a new beginning. It can be a love offer. But that also, excuse me, Capricorn, that also can be us ready for a new emotional attachment, a new emotional connection. It can be us that ready, that we're offering it to somebody now. It does come directly under the Knave of Pentacles, so we could be offering this to Earth energy. I would say a younger Earth energy, but the Knaves are, if they are younger, we're talking children, so an Earth energy. Saying that, we have an Aquarian here, so maybe there is an Aquarian around us at the minute. They could be helping us get over this heartache, and they could be leading us to an emotional new beginning. It could be with them. I'm going to take 3 cards as clarifiers from the mini mermaids. And we have the Chariot, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Lovers. So working through these energies correctly, laying to rest the things we need to lay to rest, jumping on a new, I mean with 2 aces here, that's a new beginning in the physical realm, actually in our environment, and a new emotional beginning. That could be brought forward by the news of healing, by the energies of healing being brought to us, and faith and hope more than anything else. Faith and hope with the Star card. Just have faith and hope in yourself to move forward. The first card we have is the Chariot. Now the Chariot is major arcana and it talks about being in a good alignment. Now if we've took the healing of the Star card seriously and absorbed it and done the work that we need to do with that card, given been as receptive as we need to be, we should be in a very good alignment to move forward. We should be able to balance our thoughts with our emotions, our passions with the reality and tangibility of ideas. And with that, I would say we can, because we've got 1 wand, 1 cup, 1 sword. We are earthly energy, so we could say 1 earth. So we are pretty balanced. But we can move forward. The Chariot can talk to a Cancerian, so there could be a Cancerian around at the minute, Capricorn. And the Knight of Pentacles. Now the Knight of Pentacles takes this knave just up one step, and it's about slow and steady planning. Being an earth sign, we would move slow and steady. It's been in our element, but probably having a bit more youthful outlook on our position now. Probably having a bit more trust in where we're going. Future potentials, future opportunities could have really good potentials, and you are prepared to take the slow and steady steps, the planning, the forethought in making them steps to move forward. And it leads us to the Lovers card. Now the Lovers talks of a Gemini, which is another air sign. But I think it's more significant in choices in love. Maybe making better choices than what was given in the 7 of Cups. Being more discerning. Thinking about our choices regarding that area more before moving forward, because it is there is definitely a new emotional start for you on the practical level. We could be very, very well aware. I just move them up a little bit. We could be very, very aware of this new start we've got. We could have just started a new romance, and we're taking steady progress into building something. We're having hope and faith that it is going to work out okay. And this week, the energies, are going to... We've got so much in retrograde. We're going to be pulling up something this week. We've got these things to work through from the past. And if we lay them to rest, we're plain sailing on these new beginnings. That this time period does justify new beginnings and moving on and starting again in new cycles. So many signs have completed cycles this last... we've completed a 9-year cycle astrologically astrology. Astrology. I'm not even going to do it. Astrologically. April saw the beginning of a brand new 9-year cycle. So a lot of things have come to completion for a lot of people. There's a lot of lessons that have been learnt that can be scrapbooked and us move on. I do think we are looking at maybe a new connection of some kind. It could be a business connection. It could be a family connection. But I do think it's a connection of the heart we're talking about here today. And being able to work through the energy of old pain, old fears of competition, old choices, and looking brightly at the new opportunities in front of us this week to move slowly forward with faith, hope, and knowing of if we focus enough, plan enough, take the sure and steady steps, we can very easily move forward and attain that wish come true, and maybe that relationship that is connected by more than just a physical, that is connected by more than just a relationship. The Lovers card talks about it can be the soulmate relationship, so maybe we are looking for that extra something in love that we haven't found in the past, and where lovers, and you know, after something hurting us, that we realise that, hold on, we really do want that something special in a relationship. Being in a situation of just making do doesn't do. And if that's the case, there's probably something coming from the past. It may not be the past this lifetime. It may be just someone you gel with straight away and you feel like you've known each other forever. It feels right to move forward. Be it, we're cautious, we're going to take slow and steady progress, but if this is the true love that the Lovers card speaks about, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how long it takes to come together. You can be content and peaceful and happy in the knowing that it is the right situation to be in, and time will move it on as time sees fit. There's no need to rush into it. If you do find that one that is right, that gives you a new lease of life in the material, everyday aspects of life and emotional. Right then, Capricorn, thank you very much for watching. I hope these cards have given you a little bit of insight to some area of your life this week, and I hope to see you again next week. Take care.